Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Honorable Minister of State for Climate Change, Madam Zartaj Gul, Special Advisor to PM Mahmood Mauli Sahab, Federal Secretaries General, Flag and Air Officers, international participants of exercise BARRACUDA-XI, national stakeholders. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. I, Rear Admiral Foad Amin, the DG Director General of Pakistan Maritime Security Agency, welcome you all to this edition of Barracuda, the 11th of the series, and hope that you will have a very fruitful participation in this exercise. As already explained by the young officer before me, the main purpose of this exercise is to create an awareness, first of all, about the threat of environmental degradation, pollution at sea, maritime disasters and their management, and also then to create an actionable plan, which already exists in our case. We need to rehearse it with all the national stakeholders in sync, and also take this opportunity for our international partners to have exchange of views, experiences, so that we enrich our capability to counter these disasters. To start with, Pakistan is located at the highway of energy transportation. Stride the mouth of the Gulf of Aman, all the traffic flowing out of Strait of Hormuz traverses, or most of it, traverses through our EEZ. And this has a potential hazard of any oil accident polluting our exclusive economic zone, or any similar situation in terms of illegal discharges at sea. It is the duty of Pakistan Maritime Security Agency, in cooperation with all the stakeholders, to ensure that we have an active and efficient response mechanism should such a disaster or emergency take place. Not just the oil spills, the threat of chemical spills is equally dangerous. In fact, chemical spills associated hazards are even more than an oil spill hazard. To give you an example, a cargo ship, Express Pearl, with 1,486 containers on board carrying dangerous cargo, caught fire off the coast of Colombo, Sri Lanka on 20th May last year. The incident resulted not only in an oil spill of 300 tons, but also generated over 20 times waste in terms of chemicals which the ship was carrying. It had 46 containers of polythene, 349 containers of epoxy raxin, 42 containers of caustic soda, and aluminum processing byproducts. So you can imagine the pain and trouble that Sri Lankan maritime forces would have gone through in cleaning up this pollution or hazard at sea. While pollution is a major concern, PMSA is also entrusted with the sacred responsibility of search and rescue. As part of our international obligations, our maritime search and rescue area extends up to 840 nautical miles from our coast. To cover such a wide expanse of sea area, our search and rescue services need to remain vigilant. This involves seamless coordination amongst all agencies involved, including Pakistan Maritime Security Agency itself, Pakistan Navy, Pakistan Air Force, Civil Aviation Authority, port authorities, and maritime community in general. I apologize if I missed anyone. Keeping in view the vast search and rescue region allocated to Pakistan for search and rescue responsibilities, this coordination among stakeholders is an inescapable requirement. We saw an example of such coordination last year when Pakistan Maritime Security Agency, in close cooperation with Pakistan Navy and some international shipping which was plying in the area, rescued a ship called MV Swari, more than 200 nautical miles from our coast. This ship was manned by Syrian crew, and we were able to save 15 precious lives at sea at a distance of, as I said, more than 200 nautical miles. Over the years, PMSA has saved more than 3,900 souls at sea through similar search and rescue operations. Coming over to the Barracuda now. Barracuda series of exercises is conducted on regular basis under overall coordination of Pakistan Maritime Security Agency, but the stakeholders involved in the exercise are expansive. Pakistan Navy is, of course, hand in glove, a very close partner in this exercise. We also have Air Force contributing in the exercise. We have PCG as part of the land component of the exercise. We have all the port authorities here involved in this exercise, contributing with their assets, contributing with their anti-pollution gear. We also have environmental protection agencies. We have the ministries involved. So it's an entire gambit of national stakeholders which is involved. And to top that all, we have a fantastic participation of international participants from our friendly countries, adding great value to this exercise. The scope of Barracuda series of exercise initially was limited to response against oil spill at sea, but during past few years, practical exercise for response against oil spill at land has also been undertaken. And that's where the Coastal Command plays a lead role in the efforts against such pollution. During the last exercise, we had 20 foreign observers from 10 countries, and I'm pleased to report that this year, besides all the national stakeholders, a total of 27 foreign observers from 15 countries are participating in this Barracuda-XI. Inclusion of foreign observer is an essential step in improving our response to emergency by sharing experiences with our friendly neighbors. It also facilitates systematic response against oil spill as well as search and rescue operations at a regional level. Ladies and gentlemen, I am confident that the working relation created during this exercise will surely prove fruitful in any future response to a catastrophe requiring joint regional level efforts as well. Before I move to the next segment, a word about the conference that is taking place in the second half of this session. Climate change is a reality, and we are already starting to see its effects. Melting glaciers, extreme temperatures, rising sea levels, ever-increasing wildfires, worsening air quality index in metropolitan cities are only a few indicators which have come to surface in recent years. Among all these, a relatively less attended disaster is happening in the marine environment. Pollution from land-based as well as seaborne sources is causing an irreparable damage to the marine ecosystem. The phenomena has greatly endangered food security, thus an alarming situation for all living species. Barracuda exercise attempts to raise awareness on this issue through a reading of some academic papers, which will be read out in the next session post-lunch. In the end, I would once again like to extend my gratitude to all the participants for their keen interest in the issues and for attending today's session. I would especially like to thank you, Madam, for gracing this occasion and also adding value to this session. I would now call Commander Ahsanul Haq, Director Operations of our headquarters, to deliver the formal opening brief of the exercise. Thank you very much.